Welcome back, my dear children of class 10. Today we are going to learn transport in plants. In the last videos we have learned how transport of materials takes place in human beings and animals. So plants also need to transport many substances to different parts of the body from the site of production or site of absorption. For example, water and minerals are absorbed from the soil. So this is the plant root system, shoot system. So you already have the knowledge that roots absorb water from the soil. But it's not only roots need water, it has to be transported to all parts of the plant body. Okay? And similarly, you know that leaves synthesize food. Photosynthesis takes place in leaves and food is synthesized in the leaves. But it is not only leaves need food but all parts of the body. So food has to be transported from leaves to all parts of the body. And in previous lower classes you have learned that xylem is the tissue which transports water and phloem is the tissue which transports food. Phloem and phloem together are called the vascular bundles. So these are for the transport of material. So this is an LS of the stem. See, xylem acts as the water tube. Like we have water pipes, this is a water pipe. Xylem is the water pipe or water tube of the plant and phloem is the food pipe. Okay, now let's see. Xylem vessels carry water and mineral salts from root hairs to the leaves. It is the root hairs which absorb water from the soil and it has to move upwards. So let us see the details of it. So here, see, this is what I was telling. Food is made by the leaves, by photosynthesis we have learnt, and water and minerals are absorbed from the soil by the roots. So the roots absorb water from the soil, so this has to move upwards. So you can see the arrow through the xylem. Xylem acts as the water pipe. Xylem of the root is in continuation with the xylem of the stem. Xylem of the stem is in continuation with the xylem of leaves. So continuously they form the water pipes. So xylem tissues carry water and along with water minerals are also. There are many mineral nutrients are required, mineral elements are required. This is dissolved in water. So water and minerals are absorbed from the soil and they are moved upwards. Similarly, food is made by the leaves and this has to move downwards till the roots, okay, and upward. So xylem transport is unidirectional, upward transport only, because from the soil, okay, and root is in the lower part, so it is always upward transport, so it is called a unidirectional. Whereas phloem transport is bidirectional, it moves upward. The food is transported upwards as well as downwards to the roots. So phloem transport is bidirectional, remember. Then we have also learned transpiration last year. Transpiration is the process of plants getting rid of excess of water in the form of water vapor through the stomata of the leaves. Okay, in photosynthesis also we have learned, structure of leaves we have learned, then I showed you stomata. So this is through the stomata that excess of water is escaped. This is called a transpiration. Now this process is important for water absorption also. Let us see how. Okay, and okay. So the movement, first let us discuss the absorption and movement of water upwards. And this is called ascent of sap. Ascent means moving upwards. Okay. So what happens is, you have learnt again last year, osmosis is the physical process by which water is absorbed by the root hairs. Okay. Water is a hypotonic solution and from there root hair will absorb water which will move into root xylem. and by capillary action which result in the rise of water at the base of the stem like this. And when the water is absorbed by the root cells, xylem cells, the roots develop root pressure, and root pressure pushes the neighboring upward xylem cells of phloem has less pressure. So from high pressure to low pressure, from high pressure to low pressure, water is pushed. So root pressure is one force which is pushing water upwards like this. So in short, what is it? Water absorbed by the root hairs by the process osmosis, which is a physical process, and water that develops root pressure which pushes the water upwards. And when the water, excess of water moves into the leaves, and leaves get rid of excess of water by transpiration. This is called a transpiration pull. So there is a push and pull force. Okay, push is a force, pull is a force. So root pressure exert a pushing force, and transpiration pulls the water upwards. So both these together keep a continuous water table without any break. Okay, so water is moved, ascent of sap means solution. So ascent of sap, this is called a ascent. Ascent means upward movement. So upward movement of water takes place by root pressure as well as transpiration pull. Then besides that, there is adhesive force and cohesive force. As you know, adhesion means that force of attraction between molecules, same molecules. So water molecules have adhesive force, and again water molecules are attracted towards the xylem molecules. So that is adhesive force and cohesion force. Adhesion and cohesion also make column of water molecules. So continuous, without break, a continuous water pipe is there. So continuously water move upward. Or ascent of sap takes place through all these: root pressure, transpiration pull, adhesive and cohesive force. Adhesion between water molecule, cohesion between water molecule and the xylem. Okay, then so this is one thing. So this is ascent of sap. Now let us move to transpiration. You already know this diagram. See this from the leaves water is escaped in the form of water vapor. Okay, when and high intensity of water, for high temperature more water escaped, and low temperature less water. So water evaporates from leaf surface in the form of water vapor through the stomata. That is called a transpiration, and transpiration pull keeps the water absorption continuous. This transpiration, the transpiration pull, that is then the pressure decreases in here. So a negative pressure develops throughout the plant, that is leaves, then stem. Okay, so less pressure is developed. So what happens when the stem has less pressure? It absorbs water from the root pressure pushes the water upwards. So a negative tension or negative pressure develops because of transpiration. That is called a transpiration pull. So transpiration, you must have heard, transpiration is a necessary evil. Necessary because see, water absorption is kept continuous because of the transpiration pull. If transpiration is not there, then water absorption stops or it will become slow. If water is not absorbed, then plants also will not get minerals. Minerals are continuously used up, isn't it? Nitrogen and phosphorus and other minerals are there. They are continuously used up and it will finish. So water absorption should be kept continuous. So this is possible because of transpiration. Evil because sometimes when the plants grow in desert, too much transpiration desiccates the plants. Dehydration takes place. That's also not good. So transpiration is a necessary evil. It is necessary to keep the water absorption continuous, but it is necessary to control transpiration also, because otherwise plants will lose much water. So water is always required by the plants. Okay, so water travels through the plants because of transpiration pull and root pressure. So the small opening on the underside of the leaves are called stomata. Stomata diagram I have already taught you. Then comes this is transpiration, pull. The same thing, water is lost by the transpiration, and as it creates a suction pressure or a negative pressure which keeps the water continuously absorbed by the roots. Then the summary of it, same thing. So transport of water and food in plants, I have explained all, just see the summary also. First of all, xylem tissue conducts water. Xylem cells are thick, hard, dead, forms water channel system, isn't it? Or water tube or water pipe. And water is carried against gravity by the negative pressure. Water is carried upwards, so it is against the gravity. So negative pressure that build up through the process of transpiration, which is the evaporation of moisture in leaves. So this is how water is pulled and pushed upwards. Okay, one way, unidirectional. See, water, along with water, the needed minerals are there. Then no end walls between the xylem cells, so continuous water pipe is formed. Thick walls tipped with lignin deposition. You have already learned xylem structure. So this is how xylem transport takes place. So just a summary: water lost by transpiration, which creates suction pressure. So water is continuously absorbed by the root hair. So so if you make a schematic diagram of the same thing, loss of water, that is transpiration, creates a suction pressure, and absorption of water and minerals takes place, and upward pull of water and minerals, and so this is the ascent of sap. So transpiration helps in transport of water as well as nutrients. This is a very important process. And let us see the phloem transport. See, phloem transport is bidirectional, I said. So food is synthesized in the leaves, and again cells, phloem cells have seed tubes, companion cells, all that structure we have learnt last year. So cells have end walls with perforation through which the food is sieved. Okay, food moves downwards up to the roots. Okay, downward transport. So and downward as to the root or upwards also. So phloem transport is bidirectional. Okay. So that's all in this video. Please make the necessary diagrams and notes in your notebook and study well. Thank you. Take care.